Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pauldances Reacts, to Jamin Reacts, to Pauldances Dancing at Camp Jitterbug 2022. So, somebody sent this to me, and Jamin actually reacts to my dancing, which is pretty interesting. I tend to not watch a lot of Jamin's content because I disagree pretty fundamentally with a lot of his views, or so I'm told. I actually want to give this opportunity to Jamin to address some of these issues, but we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, I thought, I don't need to give Jamin the viewership necessarily. I can just react to his videos like he does with all of the other videos. So here we are. Let's watch it. Wow, strong, epic bumper.
Jamin here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a competition. It looks like it's in Camp Jitterbug.
It is Camp Jitterbug.
That's in Seattle, I believe.
Yes,
Great
it is.
Event. It's been around for a long time. This video footage was taken by Felix Huang. Shout out to him for capturing this footage. I'm not sure if this is going to be a Jack and Jill or strictly type format.
Well, it's definitely not a Jack and Jill because no one calls it that in the Lindy Hop community anymore, Jamin. It's not a Jack and Jill. I mean, it's also not even a mix and match. It's a strictly. And you could probably do just a little bit of research by going to the Camp Jitterbug website and looking that up. But yeah, it's not a Jack and Jill. It's a strictly. Let's keep going.
I'm going to tell you guys how I feel, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts about the competition, who I liked, what I didn't like, and really kind of give you my mindset as a judge and how I make decisions.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fun because we normally don't get this type of conjecture when you're at an event.
That's fair. By the way, on that conjecture, if you're a competitor, always I'd like to remind you that you can ask the judges for feedback. A lot of times they don't have a lot of feedback, especially for like prelims and stuff, because they have to watch so many people, especially at a place like Camp Hollywood. But you can ask regardless and see if they have any feedback for you. But let's get through this epic transition. And actually, the first bit of commentary I've got for Jamin on this. I'm aware of copyright and like copyright rules and using other people's videos and that sort of thing. And the first thing I'd like to say is, Jamin, you show the whole video generally without pausing. And as far as like being a transformative work, it feels kind of gross to like just share the entire video. Yeah, you don't stop it at all. You just show it, and it's like kind of taking away views from. I've seen you do it a bunch with ILHC, even before ILHC had published their stuff on YouTube. I don't know. I just think there's probably more you can do to make it a little bit more transformative, whether that's stopping, reviewing, repeating it. Like look at a lot of the videos and react videos on YouTube, especially the ones that might possibly get flagged for copyright. Maybe a little bit more transformative, and I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. So with that, we're not going to watch this entire because it's basically Jamin saying, ooh, I like that. I don't like that. Yeah, we don't have to. You can go watch this on Camp Jitterbug's YouTube page, which I'll link in the description below. But yeah, let's skip ahead here.
Okay, looks like we got a full band. Lots of dancers. Everybody's got diapers on their face.
Everybody's got diapers on their face. Okay. I understand everybody's got opinion on masks. This was back in May, but then Jamin goes on to say.
So I guess it's a part of the world where they're still wearing the mask. It's interesting. It's kind of different wherever you're at in the world, but yeah, certain places people are still concerned. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, except that he calls them diapers on your face. So, Jamin, I don't know, man. It sounds like you have something wrong with that. Like, I, diapers on your face. There's nothing wrong with being concerned about COVID. I don't know. I just feel it like it's a little talking out one side of your mouth, and I don't know. Let's go back over to the actual review.
This is interesting. This is an interesting one. Let's talk about it. Okay,
Let's
guys,
talk
that
about
was
it.
pretty interesting to watch. I felt like the audience was really involved, and the band was hyped up. The MCs were hyped up. And I
Okay,
felt
the
like
band was
dancing
the Jonathan Doyle sext. I don't know which version of the Jonathan Doyle band it was, but they were amazing. The band was incredible. Honestly, that's one of the top things about getting to dance in finals is just getting to dance in front of everybody to live music and having your own little spotlight to shine. Oh, it's so fun. It's so awesome. The audience was also super great. All right, Jamin, before we move into the actual meat of your content where you're talking about the dancing itself, I do want to briefly touch on why, unfortunately, in at least the North American dance scene, not really many people care about your opinion. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but I want to address and maybe give you an opportunity to address the kind of problematic things, the problematic things that I've heard the community talk about when it comes to your teaching values. So I've heard that you actually won't teach women to lead because there's some kind of weird hang-up that you have where you think that historically, in order to honor the dancers of old, men dance with women, and that's it. Which is kind of an interesting take. I don't know where it comes from, but I'd actually be interested in hearing from you about that take. But either way, even if that was true, which I very highly doubt, it's 2022. And it's fun to dance with people that want to dance the roles that they want to dance. I don't know. Get with the times, I guess. I don't know. I just think that there's probably some opportunity to shift those viewpoints if you've got those viewpoints and then be welcomed back into the community because your dancing's awesome. I remember when you first started hitting I met you in person at Lindy Fest, and I was like, man, this guy's so welcoming and so loving, and you were just I was a super, super intermediate dancer, and you were just very, very charismatic, and I really enjoyed meeting you, and to hear that you might have some of these views that just don't do our scene any good. Anyways, that's why nobody cares about your feedback right now, at least in the North American scene. I'd love to see you out at events, because again, you're awesome. Your dancing is awesome. And I think you have a lot to offer the scene, especially with producing content and your voice in the community and that sort of thing. So anyways, that's a little personal message to you, and also just to bring light to it in case people don't know about those values that you might hold. So let's talk about it sometime. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at your view of my dancing.
And I felt like the dancing was a little drawback. There were just maybe two couples that really stood out to me that I felt were a higher level. And so, obviously, when there's a disparity with the level, I have to go down to the most basic thing to judge. And that is who can control the technique the most. Who has the best technique? Who can make it look like there are two dancers together as one body sharing energy at different points, with both dancers doing their role accordingly so that they both look good as one unit. And I would have to say my favorite couple, just going over this, is Paul and Margaret.
Hey, let's go.
Them, I felt like they were more advanced their ability to do it. Just checking out their set here. They were just tighter. There were things about it that just looked good. This was one of my favorite moments. And the audience kind of liked that move too.
This right here, we screw up.
And then they were doing some other things that I really liked with their swing outs. Was just really solid.
Well, thanks, Jamin. I appreciate that.
both of them. Extra spins there with the timing and the music. The audience loves good showmanship, and judges love it too, but sometimes the judges are haters. We tend to hate when people show off a little too much, but I did like them. They were my favorite couple overall. Even their second set, when you see them out here coming out,
it is very interesting having unsolicited
swing outs. They both look like they're dance partners.
Commentary on your dancing.
That's a real skill to be able to do that. And let's see, yeah, even this little section, you know, the little goofy part where they're just kind of doing the vintage stuff, that was cool. The audience got involved with it. They had a couple of campy moves, but more importantly, the thing that I was looking for in this case was the control. And obviously they did it the best in my opinion. There were a couple of others that stood out. There was another highlighted moment here. I think
that's so interesting. I don't know. So speaking of mix and matches versus whatever else Jamin would want to call them, Margaret and I basically just did this as a mix and match. Like, we didn't have any partnered practices or anything like that. We just danced with each other on the social dance floor. So that's cool that we got that kind of that he thought we looked really good as one unit. That's really nice. But I also think it's odd that he didn't point out like Sean and Cammy, who, oh my gosh, I personally think Sean was probably the strongest lead out there, and Cammy was close to, if not also, the strongest follow. Just, I don't know, that's fascinating to me. Anywho, I guess that's all I have to say about Jamin's React videos. Jamin, if you're watching this, I'm just poking a little bit of fun, and I'd actually love to hear from you and maybe talk with you about some of those views that I've heard through the community that you have. Yeah. If y'all like this content, you can follow me or subscribe on Patreon. Follow me on Twitch and on TikTok. That's where most of my content is happening right now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.